Hi, and welcome to Gorbel, Pell City.
We'd like to take this opportunity to show you around our facility and see some of the changes that we've made.
We've made a bunch of changes in the last couple of years, both in the factory and in the office.
Come on in and let us show you around. We've made some changes to the office area here in Pell City. We've got new flooring with some tile. We've also replaced the old carpet with some new carpet. We have added cubicles instead of being in the wide open area. We've got some cubicles that separate us so that we can get our own jobs done. We have got a designated training area that we hold company, group meetings there, and utilize it a lot for the training. It's worked well. We have Stacy, who is in charge of the shipping here in Pell City. She takes care of all of those areas. We also have Tammy, who does all the order processing for the plant. This is Beth's area. She plans inventory and stock material purchases here in the Pell City office.
One of the things we have done at our factory down here is installed a demo area for the southern customers that are down here. This gives them a chance to try out some of the products that we have. Alright, so let's take a walk down to the receiving end. We receive a lot of the same materials that we do in Cleveland Tram Rail and the G-Force area. A lot of the same tubing, a lot of the same channel, fabricated parts, burned parts, all the stuff from Gas House, Alabama Plate, things like that. That's going to come down into the receiving area. One of the major things that we've changed here recently is that we actually receive everything into locations. So when it comes into receiving, it will get directly received into locations. All of our locations are also identified. You can see all the different labels for some of the fabricated parts that come in. Another addition that we've just recently had to make is we have extended our pipe and beam rack. We added one additional location on the far end because it looks like we're going to start receiving in more and more parts that are actually cut to length. So with that in mind, we added this small addition. Tom and Jeff will show you around the saw room and the roll form line.
Now I'm panning you a shot of the saw department. My name is Tom Mixon, and if you notice here, we haven't made any significant changes here in the saw department. One of our changes have been made is the visibility and the management of the workflow. Since 1997, we still have the same equipment as we have had before, from the aluminum saw over to each drill press. And our visual management is, one of our tools is to manage the workflow by identifying it with flags. And if you notice here, each job is represented by a different flag color. Some of our jobs are right here. We've got different stages of jobs here, and these jobs are identified by visual seeing a flag. And the flag, after the job has been cut off of either one of these lines here, is continued right on up to the cart. And if you notice on the cart there, you have the same color flag that was shown back here at the beginning of this. This flag, after it's been put on the cart with the proper amount of parts, we also give visibility to the worker in the welding department by giving him a print to go by the proper amount of pieces. Like I have said, since 1997, we still have the same tube and everything. Right now, that's kind of topic ended up with me, but I'm going to turn it over into the hands of Jeff Kaufman.
We receive slit oil into the facility from the supply and store it in our rack. The first step is loading onto the decoiler and feeding it into the straightener. The entire roll forming line is on a synchronized system. This means the straightener is running at the same rate as the roll former and the saw. The next few steps are joining coils end to end and punching the index hole slot and end stop holes into the track. As the coil goes into the roll former, the coil goes through a couple of edge conditioning rolls to remove the burrs and square the edges. The material then goes through a series of rolls to form the track. One of the enhancements we have made on the roll forming line is new 2000 tooling on this profile. Passes 2, 3, and 4 were remade to ensure the proper radius on the track. Lubricant drenches the tooling and the material. As it nears the saw, there is a brass die that is used to make adjustments to the track. Then it goes into the flying saw. The final step is the kickoff table for the finished track. Let's go take a look at some welding areas. Mario will show us around.
Let's start in the pipe and beam area. Something new in the past couple of years that came along, we have a new kitting process. When the carts come in, the pipe and beam area, they're both ready for production with all materials. Each the inspector, material handler, and receiver help us with this process. We've opened up new areas and removed materials out of work cells to make space more flexible and usable and lean. This is our beam area. Eli steadily at work. We're going to move from here to the workstation crane area.
We also recently did a bunch of changes with the floor where we buffed everything and scrubbed it, cleaned it, stripped them down, resealed them, and then we painted lines instead of going with the tape, and the paint has been lasting much longer and it's easier to keep up the clean. The next area is going to be the paint and the phosphate area, but before we actually get to that area, let's go see Mark Lee in Motorized.
All right, as you can see, this is where all the magic happens in Motorized. That's Keith back there in the background. We've had a couple of 5S events in this area. We've added this wiring table, which makes us a little more efficient. We can wire multiple boards at one time. I'm going to take you down to phosphate and paint. Alright guys, this is the phosphate booth. Buck's in here spraying with our new phosphate system. It's the LB80. We just replaced it, and we have a new system, a PM system that we've started. And I'll let you know something about that when I get around there to it. Alright, this is Keelan. He's in the paint booth right now. We have adjusted tips in the gun. We went from a 517 to a 217. If you'll notice the overspray, we're hoping by next quarter that our consumption of paint will go way down, saving some money. Floors, got everything laid out, cleaned up, so we'll know where we're at with our inventory on paint. And that is our maintenance cabinet, so we can do our PM systems with the phosphate booth, paint pumps, just anything in the plant really.
packing area, we have made a bunch of changes in the last 2 years. Each one looking to improve the actual flow of the product and of the materials coming through this area. One of the major changes that we've also done is what we call the production board over here. This holds 40 clipboards, and on each clipboard is a job-specific pick list, packing list, shipping labels, packing labels, and even the jobs associated with each one of the packing orders. And to show us the rest of these changes that are going on, I'm going to turn you over to Mark Estelle.
Our most recent modifications to the packing area is our vendor management inventory area. As you can see here, we have all of our parts arranged by part numbers. And here we have our U-shaped management area. And over here we're back to our clipboards, where we have 40 clipboards to where the packers, we use different numbers to verify our customer orders. And as you can see, that we have a red and a black circle, where the red indicates that the packers have finished the packing the box. Everything has been audited. With the red check means that the packers are completely finished. The black circle indicates where the shippers have gotten all of their material, signed off on it, it has been audited, and is brought back, arranged, put on the truck, and ready to go. This includes and concludes the packing area.
And this is Joseph, and he's going to show us the last area of Pell City, the shipping area.
Boarding and DCI. We have trucks spotted here and picked up on a regular interval during the day and evening hours. This frees up a lot of space on the dock and reduces truck congestion at the end of the day. We still load flatbeds and containers here in Pell City, so all LTL goes to Birmingham and is loaded from the DCI terminal the same day. This is very similar to what happens in New York with C&M. There are 3 trucks that are picked up each day by DCI. The other auditing step we have implemented here is initialing the shipping log. This signals that the skids have been verified to complete and are on the truck and correct.
That's what's happening in Pell City. Thank you for coming and looking.